Michael Shikha Niketan Higher Secondary Government Sponsored Co-ed English Medium School has taken an excellent initiative of teaching and make our students learn day-to-day lessons through audio and video in our YouTube channel. Teachers of all the subjects are working hard to enhance these online classes in the midst of this pandemic situation. It is a request to all the teachers, students and guardians to click the bell icon and subscribe our channel.
So today this is the third part of current electricity of class 10. So last day we have discussed about Ohm's law. Ohm's law was about the relationship in between the potential difference and the current in an electrical circuit. So last day we have also discussed about the mathematical form of Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR. Here R is the resistance offered by the electric circuit. Actually this opposes the current to flow in the circuit through the conductor. So now we will study the laws of resistance. Suppose this is a conductor of length L and A is the cross section of the conductor. This is the cross section of the conductor of area A. So current is entering in this way and the current electrons are leaving in this way. This is the current in portion and the amount of current is leaving to this cross section. Both of the cross sections are same. This is a cylindrical conductor. So now we have studied that R resistance is the internal property of a conductor. So R depends on L. R is proportional to L. So length as well as the length increases, R will also increase. R is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. R is inversely proportional to 1 by A. So if A is more, R is less, and if A is less, then R is more. So combining both laws, we get R varies as L by A. So to remove this varies proportional sign, we have to take a constant, that is rho. R is equal to rho into L by A. This rho is known as resistivity. This rho is known as resistivity of the particular conductor. Suppose the conductor is made up of silver, suppose this is made up of gold also, aluminium also. So resistivity depends on the material. So rho is equal to, what is the unit of rho? Rho is the physical quantity, that is resistivity. Unit of rho is actually R into A divided by L. So R means SI unit of R is ohm, SI unit of A is meter square and SI unit of length is meter. So cancelling, we get R is equal to ohm meter. So this is the unit of resistivity, that is ohm meter. So what is resistivity actually? Resistivity is defined as the resistance offered by a conductor of unit length. Suppose this L is equal to 1 meter and this unit cross section is equal to 1 meter square. So then the resistance offered by the conductor is known as resistivity. L and A, both of them is A. So R is basically rho. So resistivity is actually the resistance offered by the conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section, such that the current enters and leaves the conductor from the opposite ends. So this is all about resistivity. Now what is the reciprocal of resistivity? Resistivity is a physical quantity that opposes the current to pass in the conductor. So opposite form of resistivity, opposite of 1 by rho is equal to known as conductance. Opposite of resistivity, that is conductance. Conductance help the current to flow through the conductor. So 1 by rho, this denotes by a form symbol that is known as sigma. Sigma is equal to 1 by rho. So its unit is SI unit of 1 by rho or SI unit of conductance. Basically SI unit of conductance is equal to 1 by ohm meter. So ohm inverse and meter inverse is the unit of conductance. Sorry, there is one mistake, that opposite form of resistivity must be conductivity, because opposite form of resistance is conductance and opposite form of resistivity is conductivity. Conductivity is actually when there is a good conductor. So on the basis of resistance, we can categorize metals into three states, that is resistor, conductor and insulator. In an insulator, there is it doesn't allow the current to pass through it. So basically resistivity is more in the insulator and conductivity level is low. And in conductor, good conductor such as silver, conductivity level is so high, conductivity is so high, but resistivity is low. And in resistor, resistivity is so high that the conductivity very poor. Resistor means nichrome wire is an example of good resistor. There is resistivity of this wire is so high, and this wire is used in electric iron, because as when temperature increases, resistivity is also increases. So the resistors are used in household appliances for making more temperature. Example, electric iron. In electric iron, resistors are used. So basically metals can be categorized into three groups, that is resistor, conductor and insulator. Depending on the resistivity and conductivity, we can categorize these three. We can categorize metals into these three groups. There are resistance can be arranged in two types of connection. One is series connection and another connection is parallel connection. So let's study series connection. Suppose there are three resistances R1, R2 and R3, and resistance, this is the symbol of resistance, this is R, symbol of resistance, this is head point and this is tail point. So tail point of one resistance is connected with the head point of another resistance, and tail point of second resistance is connected with the head point of third resistance. So basically this is one by one, they are arranged in one by one. So this is the voltage, amount of voltage, and current I is passing through the resistances. So same current is passing through all the resistances, but as the resistances are different, according to Ohm's law, current voltage drop will be different in different resistances. So in AB, that means in first resistance, voltage is V1. Suppose the voltage in the first resistance is equal to V1. So V1 is basically IR1. V1 is basically, because this is I, according to Ohm's law, voltage is equal to current into resistance. So V1 is equal to IR1. In the second part BC, voltage drop is V2 and current is same, so IR2. In the third part CD, voltage drop will be I into R3. But in the total circuit, the voltage is V, voltage drop is V, and this voltage drop is equal to sum of all the voltages. So the voltage potential difference between A and D, that is V, is the sum of all the voltages present in the circuit. Then V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, and V is equal to, suppose the total resistance in the circuit is equal to R, and V is R into V is equal to IR. So this is the current. So this is actually V is equal to IR, and here by putting these values we will get IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. So R1 plus R2 plus R3 is common, and IR is cancelling out. So R is equal to basically R1 plus R2 plus R3. So in series resistance, we have seen that in series resistance, the equivalent resistance of the circuit is the sum of all the resistances present in the circuit. There are three resistances present in the circuit, R1, R2, R3. So equivalent resistance R will be summation of all the resistances. So you can understand the equivalent resistance must be more than individual resistances. Suppose the R1 is equal to 1, R2 is equal, if R1 is equal to 2 ohm, R2 is equal to 3 ohm and R3 is equal to 5 ohm, then the equivalent resistance must be greater than the individual resistances. Suppose, so the total resistance will be 2 plus 3 plus 5 it will be 10 ohm. So, equivalent resistance, that is 10 ohm, is greater than these individual resistances. So, for in series connection we will get less current always, because as the equivalent resistance is always greater, resistance is more, so current amount of passing the current will be less. So, for getting less current we should use this type of connection in the resistances. Okay. So, this is the second type of connection about resistances. So, resistance can be connected in two types. This is the parallel connection of resistances. Again, there are three resistances R1, R2, R3, and there are two terminals of resistances, as I have said, head or tail, and you can say positive, negative, though there is no positive and negative terminals of resistances, but for convenience we can say that all the positive terminals, all the heads are connected in one point and all the tails are connected in one point in this type of resistances. So, basically in series resistances were joined one by one, and here all the heads are joined at one point and all the tails are joined at one single point, and this is the voltage present in the circuit, the potential difference. And now the voltage drop, as they are connected in the same point. So, the voltage drop is basically voltage drop is different between these points. Amount of I will be different. So, in R1, I1 will be current in current I1 is equal to basically VA minus VB potential difference divided by R1, that is the current passing through the resistance R1, and I2 is the current that is passing through the resistance R2, that is the voltage drop according to Ohm's law, VA minus VB by the resistance R2, and I3, that the current that is passing through the resistance R3, that is VA minus VB by R3. So, the total current is same in the circuit, in the electrical circuit in parallel connection, total current is same. So, I is equal to the sum of I1 plus I2 plus I3. So, I means according to Ohm's law, I means V by R. So, V is the potential difference between these two terminals. So, VA minus VB by R, V by R, here VA minus VB by R is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. You can look that VA minus VB is common in all the currents. So, I am taking VA minus VB as common, and within the bracket there is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So, cancelling these voltages, we will get 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So, in parallel connection, the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance, R is the equivalent resistance, the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance is the sum total of all the resistance, or is the sum total of the reciprocals of all the resistances present in the circuit. Okay. So, whenever I have to get less resistance, we should use this type of connection. Suppose R1, R2, R3 is equal to, this is the mathematical formula, this is here, R1 is equal to 2 ohm, R2 equals to 3 ohm, and R3 is equal to 4 ohm. So, 1 by R1, so equivalent resistance will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. This is LCM 12, 6 plus 4 plus 3, that is 13 by 12. So, 1 by R is equal to 13 by 12. So, R is equal to basically 12 by 13 ohm. 12 by 13 ohm, that is less than 1. So, you can notice that the individual resistances was more, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm, but the equivalent resistance is very less than the individual resistances. So, whenever we are using this parallel connection, we are getting less resistances and more currents. So, in household system, in household appliances, we should use this type of connection, parallel connection, just for getting more current in our house. Numerical problems are very important according to the resistance parts. In current electricity, from the resistance part, every year there are numerical problems, there are chances of having numerical problems in your examinations. So let's study numerical problems about series connection and parallel connection. So this is basically an electrical circuit, and this is the resistance AB of 10 ohm and BC is another resistance. Here two resistance are connected in parallel connection. So you have to calculate the equivalent resistance between AC, A and C terminal. So suppose we have to break the problem in two parts. Suppose this is the equivalent resistance in this portion is RS. So let the equivalent resistance in BC is RS. So RS is equal to, as they are parallelly connected, RS 1 by RS, as we know the formula is reciprocal of equivalent resistance is the reciprocal sum of reciprocal of individual resistance. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 6, 3 plus 1 4 by 6. So RS 1 by RS is equal to this. So RS is the 6 by 4, that is 3 by 2 or 1.5 ohm. 1.5 ohm is the 1.5 ohm is the equivalent resistance between B and C. And AB and BC, these two portions are connected in series connection. So the equivalent resistance of the total circuit is suppose R. So let the equivalent resistance of A and C is R. So R is basically sum of these two, 10 plus RS. RS is 1.5. So the equivalent resistance is 11.5 ohm. This is series connection and they are parallelly connected. So the equivalent resistance is 11.5 ohm. So the next problem is there are four resistances, but this is the combination of resistances. Two types of connection, series connection and parallel connection. The problem is about the combination of, there are two combinations of resistances, 2 ohm and x ohm are connected in series connection. 7 ohm and 5 ohm are also connected in series, but these two and these two resistances are connected in parallel connection. So at first we have to calculate the equivalent resistance in this portion. So the equivalent resistance in 2 ohm, equivalent resistance of 2 ohm and x ohm is basically there is series connection. So this is the sum of the resistance 2 plus x ohm. Again similarly the equivalent resistance, this is the short form of equivalent resistance of 7 ohm and 5 ohm is sum of these two, that is 12 ohm, and these two resistances 2 plus x ohm and 12 ohm are connected in parallel combination. So let the equivalent resistance of 2 plus x ohm and 12 ohm is R. From the formula of parallel connection, 1 by R is equal to 1 by 2 plus x plus 1 by 12. Now we have to solve this problem. We have to find x and R is given. This resistance must be given, that is 4. They calculate the equivalent resistance between A and B when the problem will be calculate the unknown resistance between A and B when the equivalent resistance is 4 ohm. Equivalent resistance is 4 ohm. So equivalent resistance is given and you have to find the unknown resistance. So this is 4, equivalent resistance is 4. So 1 by 4 is equal to plus x plus 1 by 12. Now this is only solving the equation, nothing else. I am rubbing this portion. 1 by 2 plus x is equal to 2 by 12. So this is 1 by 6. So x plus 2 is equal to 6, x equals to 4 ohm. So the unknown resistance is 4 ohm. Okay. So now we will study the next part of current electricity, that is the heating effect of current. So in electric iron that we use in our home, what happens in electric iron? There are nichrome wires. Nichrome wires are resistors. So the resistivity of nichrome wires is so high. As R is more, so resistance is more. So it takes so long time to get a particular current. Suppose this is an electric circuit of this circuit have a potential difference V. Current I is passing through the circuit with from in the resistor R in time t. So now as there is more, as long as it will be heated, more resistance will be it will be more heated. As long as time is passing, it will be more heated. As long as the resistor will be heated, so more heat will be formed. From electric energy, heat energy will be formed. So suppose this heat energy is the depends on the amount of current passing. So heat energy is proportional to I square. So if there is more current, more amount of heat will be formed. The heat energy that will be formed is proportional to resistance also. If the resistance is more, then heat will be also more. And heat energy is also proportional to the time through which the current is passing through the resistance. So H is basically proportional to I square, R and T. Combining these three, we get H varies as I square R T. So to remove this proportional sign, we have to use one constant, that is J. So H is equal to J into I square RT. This is known as Joule's law of heating effect. So basically, as long as we are allowing to pass the current through the resistors is heated, resistors is becoming more hot and more current is forming. So this is the amount of current that is formed. H is equal to J I square RT. So H is equal to, H is basically the heat energy that is coming from electrical energy. So electrical energy, so from this electrical energy we are getting heat energy. So there is a new concept, that is power. Power is basically work done per unit time. So here work done means the electrical energy, work per unit time. So work done means the electrical energy, and electrical energy is converted into heat energy. So this is also the form of work done or form of energy. So heat is a form of energy, and energy it can be converted into work. So work done is basically I square RT. In time t, the work done by the circuit is I square RT, and in time t, so power P is equal to I square RT by T. So cancelling out, we are getting P is equal to I square R. This is one formula of P. If I replace I by Ohm's law, from Ohm's law we know that V is equal to IR. So I is equal to what? V by R. I is equal to V by R. So I square is equal to V square by R square into R. So by cancelling we get V square by R. This is another form of P, that P means power of the circuit is I square R. Again this is equals to V square R. Again from Ohm's law, if R is replaced by Ohm's law, then it will be what? If V is equal to IR, then R is equal to V by I. So I am replacing R by V by I. So we are getting P is equal to VI. So we have found three relations from Joule's law of heating effect. we have got three relations of P. Power, electrical power is the work done per unit time. So electrical energy is calculated in by Joule's law, that is heat energy I square RT. So P is basically I square R. P is again if I replace R by VI, then we will get V square by R. Again P is equal to VI also. So these three relations are very important for numerical problems. These three relations of electrical power are very important, that P is equal to VI, that means electrical power is basically the product of voltage and current in the circuit. Again P is equal to V square by R and P is equal to I square R. You have to choose these relations depending on the problems given in your examination. Okay. So as we have discussed that electrical power is basically electrical work done per unit time. And what is the SI unit? This is another new quantity. So SI unit work done, SI unit of work done is joule per unit time. So joule per second is one SI unit, and it is also known as watt. Joule per second is basically watt. And another unit is volt ampere, because very soon we have discussed that P is equal to nothing but VI. P is equal to VI. From the relation of power, three relations of power, there was also one relation, that is P is equal to VI. So unit of V is equal to volt and I is equal to ampere. So volt into ampere is again another unit of power. So you have to remember three units, because in MCQ these units are given. That volt ampere is the unit of which quantity. So then the answer will be volt ampere is the unit of electrical power. Next, whenever we are discussing power, there must be energy, because power is nothing but W by T, that means electrical energy per unit time. So energy, what is energy? Energy is equal to, by cross multiplying, energy is equal to power into time. So product of electrical energy is basically the product of electrical power and time. Product of power and time is the electrical energy of a circuit. So if the power is 1 watt, as we have discussed what is the unit, so 1 watt is the electrical power in time 1 hour, then the electrical energy we consumed by the electrical circuit, that is 1 kilowatt. This is basically the unit of electrical energy, that power into time. So kilowatt into hour. So the unit is basically 1 kilowatt hour. So kilowatt hour is equal to 1 kilowatt into 1 hour. 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt, and 1 hour must be converted into second, that is 3600 second. So by multiplying we get that 3.6 into 10 to the power 6. Joule per second, what unit of what means joule per second into second? So joule. As energy, unit of energy is joule. So 1 kilowatt hour is basically 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. And kilowatt hour is known as BOT unit, or the full form of BOT unit is Board of Trade Unit, which is used in electricity board. In our home, we pay electric bills in this unit. So we get electric bills in BOT units, and it is paid in BOT units. So whenever I am asking that 5 kilowatt is equal to how much joule? So 5 kilowatt is basically 5 into 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 amount of joule is equal to 5 kilowatt. Okay. So today we are doing up to this only. So next part of current electricity, next video is coming soon. So follow all the chapters, all the lessons, all the parts of the current electricity to get it properly.
Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comment. Subscribe. And do share the video among your friends.